Captain's log.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation starship Enterprise.
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
You're listening to Captain's Logs and Lightsabers.
Hey, welcome to Captain's Logs and Lightsabers. We are the podcast with Feast of Fandoms that discusses both Star Trek and Star Wars. I am Jonathan. I am one of the hosts on this show, but I couldn't do it alone. Say hello, everybody, to my co-host, Chris Stow.
Hey, Jonathan. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great, man. It's another month. We're sitting down to record another podcast. We've been pretty consistent the past 3 months, so I'm liking this new this new version of CLL.
Exactly. I gotcha. Well, it's definitely a lot that's been going on since we last met.
Yeah, for sure. We had San Diego Comic-Con, and there were some interesting and some unique stories that came out of San Diego Comic-Con related to Star Trek and Star Wars. So we're going to discuss all of that a little bit later, but as we start every episode, we talk about our Fandom Frontier, and this is kind of our opportunity to discuss something we did that's not related to Star Trek or Star Wars, or just tell a cool story about something we did in our personal lives. So Chris, why don't you kick us off?
All right. So in the last couple of weeks, really didn't overly geek out or anything. I did go to the Butler Toy Fair on July 19th, which was our wedding anniversary. We did that before we went to the ball game. It's got a few, things, a little few collectibles here and there. But the real interesting thing that I got recently was I have a friend, actually a former coworker and friend, who used to work at Western Psych with me, and she and her husband go to San Diego Comic-Con every year. So what I found out is that Hallmark was not releasing the Enterprise G ornament unless it was an exclusive at the Comic-Con. It was going to be the Titan A that most of society was getting. So I had a little connection, and I was able to score an Enterprise G ornament from San Diego Comic-Con.
Nice.
So,
do you have it in hand yet, or?
I have it, but I have it at work. I just haven't gotten to bring it home. She dropped it off at my practice, and it's a nice ornament. I mean, it's up to the size of all the other ornaments. The one thing that really stinks about it, though, is it doesn't light up. There's no buttons, no nothing. And, every one of these ornaments have either lit up or made noises or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of odd. It was kind of odd, but I mean, the paint job on it, the detail on it is really nice. So, it was worth it. And I'm so glad to have it because I'll be one of the few that has the Enterprise G on their tree.
Heck yeah.
So shout out to Stephanie and her husband, Matt, for getting that for me. Much appreciated.
Nice.
And,
now, I am really not happy with the price increase of these Hallmark ornaments this year. It's like we pick up a lot of stuff that we think is cool, but we always get the series ornament for Star Wars. Yeah. Where like there's, I don't know, they're on like 22 or 23 in the series now. But we have almost all of them, if not all of them. Nice. And it's like the price is $10 more than it was last year. Because those like the series figures used to be right around 20. They're 30 now. Yep,
absolutely. As a matter of fact, I ironically from Lancaster, I still have the Dream book. I have it right next to me. Here are the prices. So how much is that ornament usually on average?
I want to say it's like normally $19.99, maybe even $17.99 sometimes.
Okay, so if it's $17.99, it'll now be $22.99. If it's $18.99, it'll be $23.99, and if it's $19.99, it'll be $24.99.
Huh?
Yeah.
So like $5 more. Okay.
Yep, pretty much. Yep. But yeah, you're right. Some of these things, like some of those nice tabletopper things that they have for some of the collectors, they usually run around $149.99. It's going up to $164.99. So, yep.
I'm definitely going to have to be picky this year because, that's Or just wait, try to wait it out until after Christmas. And
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. What's sad is lately, and it's been obviously Star Trek has a lot of them on the clearance shelf, but sometimes you'll see some of the Star Wars ones too, but not as often. Not as often.
Yeah, they do a lot of Star Wars ones, but they've done a lot of Star Trek ornaments though recently in the past several years. I mean, like that Storyteller series and all of that stuff. Those are really neat, but talk about an expensive hobby.
Exactly. So let's hope this year is the only year for that, and decrease. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Well, we'll see. Year. We shall see. Okay. Yeah. Anything else geeky or nerdy that you got to do?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, not really. Shore leave. You were at Shore Leave.
Yes. How did I forget Shore Leave? All right. So I went to Shore Leave in Lancaster, PA. It was the July 11th through the 13th. First time I've ever been there. It was their 45th annual. They actually were backlogged by 2 years because of COVID. So they should have been surely 47. But it was really a lot of fun. The hotel was huge. It was very comfortable. It had a Starbucks in there. They had like buffet foods and stuff like that you could buy. The dealer's room was excellent. It just tons of good stuff. I managed to score Playmates Toys Klingon Bird of Prey from 1994. I got it for $20. It was out of box, and I don't know if it works, but it's nice to have it because it's huge. It's a huge toy. Got that. Got a really nice handmade Enterprise D necklace that was laser etched.
Ooh.
By somebody. And his booth was really cool because he had a lot of laser etched like cups, flasks, magnets, pens, pencils, necklaces, that kind of stuff. So that was neat. And I had to go, and I actually still have my stuff here, but the mascot of Shore Leave is the White Rabbit from the episode Shore Leave.
Makes sense.
When I saw that they are having stuffed animals of them with t-shirts with the logo on it, I had to buy one. So I got that, and for an extra $1, I was able to get a little lanyard for him that says that he was a guest. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Definitely got some toys and fun stuff like that. Got 3 photo ops. So I got Tracy Lee Coco. She played Lieutenant J in The Next Generation, and in a couple of in the first 2 movies. She was basically a background person, but you see her all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's a lot of fun. She wanted us to do this action pose, and so I did. You saw it. I honestly,
I did.
A new version of the Kool-Aid Man. I'm gonna run through a wall. I didn't know what to do. So it was on the spur of the moment. So, but
it's hard to think of something to do. Something you want to do something cool, and then you end up looking like a
dork. You can say it, a dork.
Yeah, well.
Okay, we've all got those pictures, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what? It's about the moment. It's not, you can kick yourself a bunch of different ways and say, oh, I wish I did that better, or wish I would have had a better look, a bigger smile or what have you, but it's whatever.
Yeah, she was super friendly afterwards. She gave me a big hug and gave me a kiss on the cheek, and wow, you're really friendly.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and then I got a picture of her name's Stephanie, and it begins with a C, Szierski or something. She was in the 3rd season of Picard as the Vulcan, Lieutenant Tavine. She was nice, and then who the hell was the other one? I don't remember. I'm blanking on the other one. Oh, it'll come back to me. But yeah, so I got 3 celebrity photos. We got to sit at dinner with Michael Rooker from The Walking Dead.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's cool.
They had a special dinner on Friday night. And if you bought 2 tickets, all the guests were sitting at one table each. And we managed to get Michael Rooker, and he is a really nice guy. Super nice. Asked all of us our names, talked about things that we do. I mean, it was great. So if anybody has a chance to go next year, Lancaster, go. If you're
okay, are they doing it there again next year?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe we'll go out now that I have more time to plan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and it's only 3 hours and 3 hours and 5 minutes away. And the hotel where we stayed at the Red Roof Inn. It's literally across the street from the Wyndham where they have.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So, and then we got to do some touring of Amish country. Of course, we had to go through Intercourse, PA,
of course,
get a few things from there, but so it was a blast. So it's been a busy summer so far.
Nice.
Mhm.
Any plans for the rest of the summer? Or
Well, Steel City Con is this weekend. So Friday and Saturday, I'll definitely be there. On Friday, I got tickets to get a photo op with Lacey Goranson and Sarah Gilbert from Roseanne.
okay,
Yeah.
so you were able to get photo op with them.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the link to buy their photo ops. I mean, I don't know if we're going to or not, but
Mhm.
we couldn't. I don't know. Maybe we just missed it when we were looking through
It could be.
everything. I don't know.
Yeah, just go ahead on where it says photo tickets or something like that on their website. Click on
Okay.
that, and you should be able to find it. It was $145 for a photo op with two, which is cheaper than if it would have been with one individually.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I know. I think we want to try to get the full house group photo at Steel City Con. I know we're going Friday and Saturday as well. I'm not. There's nothing I want to do on Sunday.
Yeah, usually that's just a costume contest and maybe one last panel. I think I'm going to go Sunday just to do a last, like, check around for any bargains. So some people want to just get rid of their stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and then from there, we're going to leave straight for Ocean City, Maryland. We'll be gone next week at the beach.
Yeah, I'll say you really do have a busy summer, and it's
Yeah.
not even slowing down.
Well, you know what? I'm going to pay for the price for it because when I come back that following Sunday, the next day I work at 9:00 and I've got a full house of clients.
Oh,
8 hours, 8 hours of clients. Yep.
okay, yeah, that'll be a yeah. I was gonna say you're not just getting your feet wet on that one.
No, but you know, it's that time of year. My wife's not working because the school year's out still right now, and you know, she doesn't know if she's getting a classroom yet this year or not. So I have to make sure the clients are coming in for the cash. You know,
right? For sure. Yeah.
You know. So, but how about you? What has your summer been like?
Let's see. Well, in early July, we took a cruise. It was with Kylie's whole family. So her parents, her brother, his wife, and our two nephews. We all 8 of us went on the cruise together. It was a lot of fun. We went to, let's see, we visited Belize, Honduras, and Cozumel, Mexico, which we've been to many times. But there's nothing wrong with that. We just don't really do anything. We get off the ship, walk around a little bit in town, and then get back on the ship usually.
There you go.
In Cozumel, but Belize, we went cave tubing. I don't know if you saw that the photos that I posted.
Yes, those were nice.
That was so much fun.
I'm glad you got a lot of video and photos of that because it looked really unique inside there. Just the way the caves were designed and
yeah. Yeah, it was really neat, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But we rented like a little GoPro when we were there, and so I got the GoPro video in addition to some of the videos that I took with my phone. But there's a video of the entire journey that's like 43 minutes long. So
okay.
So I got to figure out what to do with that. If I'll chop it up and post it in bits, or how I'm going to do that. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure people would love to see it. Definitely.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would. I don't. There aren't too many excursions that I would often say I want to repeat or do again. This is definitely one of them that I would go back and maybe not. So there were different caves that you could tube through depending on which excursion you picked. So like the one we picked had, you went through this certain section of cave, but if you picked one of the other ones that included a different activity, you might start at a different point in the cave.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah. Because the float itself was only about 20 some minutes. There was like a 30-minute walk there and a 10-minute, like a 5-minute walk back.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's a good experience, man, that you got to do something like that. A lot of people get to do those kind of things. So that's really awesome. You guys make the time to do these neat little things with each other.
Yeah, we definitely do all kinds of little trips and stuff. We don't have anything. We'll be going to New York City in November, but we haven't finalized all of those plans yet. I know we're not staying in the city. I know we're staying in Newark, so we might only go into New York City like 2 or 3 days, and then just explore. Yeah, like where we're staying, it's called the American Dream Mall. It's like a relatively new mall that was built near that part of New Jersey, Newark, and it's huge. Like they have they have like laser tag, and they have a carousel. They have an indoor amusement park and a water park inside this mall.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it costs money to do all that stuff, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's worth it, definitely.
So we're gonna have fun and check that out. Probably spend a good bit of the day there.
Well, that's good.
One day.
Have you been in New York City before?
Yeah, we went 2 years ago now, 2023, I think we went. And that time we stayed like right in Midtown.
Oh, okay.
Like right near, we were like through like 3 or 4 blocks from Times Square. We were not far from the action.
Oh, nice.
But that trip was mostly like the whole purpose of that trip was to see shows on Broadway. So we wanted to be right there. So it was, we could walk to all of the theaters really easily.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So good.
But so I'm going to Steel City Con, of course, over the weekend. I think I know for sure we want to try to get the full house group photo, like pro photo with the group. I think we want to do a couple selfies. I know that I'm fairly certain Kylie wants to get selfies with the mom and daughter from Young Sheldon.
Definitely.
Zoe Perry and Reagan Reward. So I think we'll do selfies with them. Maybe I'll try to get Hank Azaria because he just seems like he'd be a cool dude.
Definitely.
He's like the voice of the Simpsons. I mean, aside from the family, like the Simpson family, he's so many other characters in the show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a part of American culture. So get to meet him.
Yeah. So I saw that Mike Tyson's only going to be there Sunday now instead of Saturday because of travel stuff.
Oh, okay.
Travel issues.
Okay.
So, not that I was going to meet him, but
I know, but still, it's just cool that he's there. Just the presence, Speaking of some big people for next show, they already posted the first 8. Somebody posted the poster for December.
Oh yeah, okay.
Robert Englund's going to be back.
Ooh,
he'll be back. Frank Welker is supposed to be.
Yeah, Frank Welker. Okay. Yeah. He's he's a heck of a voice artist too, or voice actor too.
The one I'm really excited about though is Linda Hamilton.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I gotta meet Sarah Connor.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Man, that'll be great. Oh yeah, I'm excited now.
Yeah, I know. It's just the first 8. I can't. Most of them I don't know, but those few. Yeah, and Robert Englund's going to be big again.
Yeah, I'm sure. This might be the last chance to, one of the last chances to meet him too. You never know.
Exactly. We're all getting older. All of our favorite people we grew up with are getting up there. Now's the time to get them while you can. Oh
yeah, for sure. And when I was growing up, Nightmare on Elm Street was the horror franchise that I watched. Way too young, but that's another discussion entirely.
You turned out fine. Don't worry about it. Didn't traumatize
you. So you think?
Also, I don't know behind the mask. Huh? What's going on? I'm a therapist. I know how to get to the root of that stuff.
Yeah. I think that would be a conflict of interest, sir.
I won't tell if you don't.
I think ethically you could not be my therapist.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So Steel City Con is coming up this weekend. We're excited to go. You've got a whole lot planned for the next week plus the weekend. You got like a whole 10 days.
Yeah.
Just nonstop for you.
Yep, exactly. So I have 3 clients tomorrow. I'm done half a day because we got to take our cat to the vet. Then it's my dad's birthday. We got to see him. And then Friday I'm off. And then Saturday I'm going to see one client in the morning at 9 and then head there because I think, which one is it? The Roseanne panel.
Yes.
2 girls is at noon. So I don't want to miss that.
Right. Right.
But yeah. Then I'm off for 10 days. So it'd be nice.
Very nice.
Don't get technical with me.
Logic. It is the beginning of wisdom, Valeris, not the end.
A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense.
All right, so what do you say we stick with the Comic-Con talk and discuss the big one, like the Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con happened in towards the end of July, and there were some Star Wars and Star Trek announcements that we got. So we're just going to spend this episode and kind of talk about some of the big highlights that we Chris and I thought were interesting, and we'll see where the conversation takes us. We really don't have much of a structure for this as usual. So let's see. Let's kick it off with, well, I know we had both watched Andor and really loved season 2. It would appear that the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences also seemed to love it, because there were 14 nominations total that Andor received. Mm-hmm. It was interesting though, because most of the Emmy awards that it got nominated for weren't for performances. The only actor that got nominated was Forrest Whitaker.
Really?
Yep, and he was in 3 episodes?
Pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's his face? Diego Luna didn't get nominated. I mean, I would at least hope they put his name up for nomination. Mm-hmm. That he just got. Maybe they just decided not to nominate him, but at least I would hope he was up for consideration.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he nailed that part in Andor. I mean, he was great in Rogue One, but he really in Andor nailed it.
Every single character in that show was just I've never seen a show like that on television, especially, let alone one that carries the Star Wars name.
Exactly. Even the episode, you would think the one where the massacre happened, the Gorman massacre, that was really intense. Well done. It was realistic. You can see the emotion in what was going on with the people there, and the betrayal. The Empire set it all up, and to start the conflict. That everybody acted so well in that. You're right. It doesn't make sense that nobody got nominated. Like Luthen, what was it, Luthen Rawl or Rayal or whatever.
Yeah.
Who is that? Stellan Skarsgård?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look at the way how good of a job he did in the episodes.
I mean, he's always good, but that was a hell of a performance.
Yes, he did. I mean, you really believe that he was like a resistance planner or fighter or those kind of. I mean, it's a shame, that it's science fiction. That's what happens a lot of times. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll win something in technical, special effects or something.
Yeah. I would hope they get something for their, I would hope at least. Oh, I saw that Tony Gilroy he was interviewed somewhere. He said he has no immediate plans to return to Star Wars, but he's also not ruling it out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead. You're saying that'd be interesting?
I was just saying it would be interesting because, I heard that he didn't even really know anything about Star Wars when he came into the project. But he was able to turn out this great product. It's kind of in a way, kind of like Terry Matalas with Star Trek Picard season 3. Even though he's the opposite. He's a big fan and knew how to bring in the proper fan service to make it all work. But he knew exactly what he was doing, and somehow he got let go. I don't know what happened with that, but that's a loss to Star Trek. So it would be a loss if Tony Gilroy didn't get a chance to go back to Star Wars.
It would be. I didn't see that Terry Matalas was fired from Trek.
Either fired or somehow something happened and he left and he went to Marvel. I don't think he's still there. He's doing something else. I can't remember what it was, but he's not at Paramount or whatever. Who's making it now? Paramount, Skydance, CBS, whoever. All the stuff.
Right. Yeah. I don't think the merger's. I know the merger got approved, but I don't think it's actually started yet. So for now, it's still Paramount. Exactly. And I can't see Paramount name going anywhere. It's just going to be part of the Skydance family or whatever.
Instead of saying a Viacom company, it'll probably say a Skydance company or something like that.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. That's exactly what it'll say. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you mind if we hit up one more Andor related news story
Sure.
before we kick it over to the Star Trek side. So earlier this year, there was a book called, it turns out it's going to be a trilogy. It was called The Reign of the Empire, and I believe the subtitle is The Mask of Fear. That was book 1. And if you loved Andor, you would love this book. So it picks up right at the start of the Empire, like right from when Palpatine makes that announcement on the HoloNet that says we're forming the first galactic empire. The book starts right there, and it deals with Mon Mothma as a huge character, Perrin, of course, the husband. Who else is really a prominent? Bail Organa is a really prominent character in the book, and it's like it jumps back and forth between those characters, and it really, it's a lot. There's a lot of the political machinations that that Andor had, and you kind of find out like it gives you a lot of background into the Galactic Senate and how how the Senate was transitioning from the Republic Senate to the Galactic Senate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really, really good book, but there's going to be 2 more, and the books, they announced it at San Diego Comic-Con that the 2 books are going to be called Edge of the Abyss.
Okay.
And From the Ashes. So Edge of the Abyss. So like I said, the first book takes place right at the start of the Empire. The Edge of the Abyss, that one is going to begin a year before the events of Andor. So there's going to be like a 14-year time gap in between the first book and the second book.
That would be an interesting, and then they can always go back and do a book in between or something.
Yeah.
So you never
I just wonder how it's all going to weave into Andor,
Right. So when are these books being released?
Not until 2020. No, they announced it. So the second book releases in fall of 2026.
Okay.
And the third one is summer of 2027. So we've got a while.
Okay.
But if you really liked Andor, you would, and you want to check out a Star Wars book that's worth your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Reign of the Empire, Mask of Fear. Highly recommend it.
Sounds good. It'd be definitely one to check out.
Yeah. So what do you got for us over on the Star Trek side?
All right. So there was a lot of Star Trek news at San Diego Comic-Con. The first one that I'm going to discuss is going to be the one that actually has a date for release. So Star Trek Con is finally going to be coming out. That audio podcast is going to be debuting on September 8th, which is Star Trek Day. So that'll be a nice little gift for Trekkies. And we found out some more tidbits about it. So we know already that Naveen Andrews was cast as Khan. And for actress for All Mankind, her name is Ren Schmidt. She's playing Marla McGivers. But we also found there are going to be a couple other people that are going to be in here as well. So George Takei is coming back as Captain Sulu.
Ooh, okay.
You didn't know that?
No.
Well, there's more. There's definitely more. So he's coming back along with Tim Russ as Tuvok. So I'm guessing that's going to be the framing story of what the show is going to be about. It kind of reminds me of the Greg Cox novel Terrain in Hell, The Exile of Khan Noonien Sung. Was written about 20 years ago.
Okay.
And there was a framing story in the novel where Kirk and McCoy and Spock went on a ship and went to Ceti Alpha 5 after the events of Star Trek 4 to kind of get an idea of what happened to Khan and his followers there.
Mm-hmm.
And they find his journals and they go through them. And it turns out that there were still some people left on the planet who had broken off from Khan and his people. And they didn't believe that Khan and all of them were dead. And so they take Kirk and all of them into custody. Or, hold them hostage. So I guess for this, since that doesn't count as canon, they're going to do this and have their own special framing story. So that'll be I think that's going to be a really neat twist. There are also a couple other people joining as well. So an actress from the show Oppenheimer, her name is Ollie Haskivi, has been cast as I'm assuming an augment named Delmonda. Then there's somebody, Mari Sterling from Homeland, is being cast as Ivan, and Mercy Malik from Mr. Mayor is being cast as Ursula, and Zuri Washington from Life of Althar as Mado. So I'm assuming since they're all one named characters are probably Khan's followers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're going to have big roles in it. So go ahead.
I had to look up Naveen Andrews because the name sounded familiar, but as soon as I saw his picture, I remember he was in Lost. He was Saeed, one of the main characters in Lost.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. So you'll be familiar with at least one of them. And
yeah.
There is one more. There's another character. Her name's Sonia Cassidy. She's the actress from a show called Reacher. She's playing a character called Dr. Rosalind Lear. They didn't have a whole lot, but something tells me that Dr. Lear is going to be involved in that framing story. When we find out about, hear the rest of it about what happened with Khan and his exiles. So September 8th is going to be it. It's supposed to be on all podcast services. And I think a lot of fans are really excited about it because Nicholas Meyer, who directed Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, had a part in the script.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the official synopsis for the series is Star Trek Khan explores the untold of events on SETI Alpha 5, chronicling Khan's descent from a superhuman visionary into the vengeful villain seen in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. If you haven't seen it already, they did release a teaser trailer. And it is on YouTube.
Nice.
So
yeah, I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I was just curious. What your thoughts are about this project?
I think it's a great idea. I think I am a huge audiobook fan. So like most of the books that I read are accomplished by listening to the audiobook, and a lot of them are there are so many audiobooks that are more similar. They're more like the radio dramas that that used to be on when, like, I remember the Star Wars radio dramas, right? They had dramatizations of the Star Wars movies for on I think it was on NPR. They had done them. It was like a fully acted, full voice cast. And there are some audiobooks that are like that it's more of a performance rather than just a single person reading the whole book, start to finish. Like you've got different different actors voicing different characters. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I love projects like that, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one.
Now I am too. I do have one question though, because Strange New Worlds just bumped the eugenics wars up into the 21st century. So what continuity are they going to use? Are they going to follow where it was Khan from 1992 to 1996, and then he leaves in the Botany Bay in 96? Or are they going to create these new times like that? I'm just curious. I'm not like complaining. I'm just curious what they're going to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to use those dates because I mean, so much, in the 60s, we, looking at 30 years in the future, they probably thought, so much used like 30, 40, 50 years into the future. And we're living in that moment. I
know.
The stuff just isn't happening. So I don't know, you can't say, oh, the eugenics wars took place from 92 to 96 because people are going to remember. No, they didn't.
Yeah. What they used to say online is that nobody saw Khan on the cover of Time magazine.
Right.
So, I mean, we'll see what they do, because part of why I'm confused too is because I don't know if you saw Star Trek Section 31, the movie.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sound impressed. Not your cup of tea. It wasn't mine.
Yeah, no, I was not a fan.
Right, but there was that Augment character, and he talked about being alive in the 70s. So that's why I'm wondering, are they going to go back? Like, I'm just curious to see how that's going to play out. That's all.
Right.
I guess it's not a big deal. I'll probably mention one thing and that's about it.
Yeah. If they even mention, who knows?
Yeah. So, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what they come up with, to see what life was like on SETI Alpha 5 and how bad everything got that it turned into this desert world, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited for that project. So it's the debut episode comes out on September 8th, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's what it says here.
Does it say how many total episodes it'll be?
Oh, let's see here. That part I'm not sure. Let me see. It says a Star Trek Con podcast will debut September 8th on all podcast platforms, with weekly episodes debuting Mondays through November 3rd.
Okay. So a little over 2 months.
Yeah. And it's good. It's good because Star Trek had this. We've had a lot of dead space in the Star Trek world lately we had Section 31 a few months ago, but then there was really nothing else. Remember, in our last video, we even talked about both Star Trek and Star Wars are kind of like having a desert void right now of news. Now, at least for Star Trek fans, there's a lot of new stuff coming out and to look forward to.
Yeah, and we didn't really get a whole lot of announcements when it comes to Star Wars, like visual products. No dates, nothing like, oh, here's when The Mandalorian season 4 is going to premiere, or I don't even think there was any kind of trailer, even just like an exclusive for the attendees of Mandalorian and Grogu, like. And really, the only Star Wars projects that are coming out like for streaming this year is, I think the only thing remaining is Star Wars Visions.
Yes.
Which is the season 3 of Star Wars Visions, which is not canon. Like, those are great stories, but they're not canon.
Exactly.
So like, we're not getting anything that adds to the lore of Star Wars, at least anytime before next year.
Yep, very true.
But we're starting to get some teasers. We'll hit a couple here. We'll hit a couple news stories here. Okay, so we saw a teaser image for Maul Shadow Lord, and it's not really much. It kind of shows the updated character model for Maul. It shows him, lightsaber in hand in some kind of like menacing pose. Looks like there's machinery or something in the background of the photo, but really, we didn't get a whole lot in that teaser image. But we did get the 1 year after the Clone Wars is when it takes place. So the Empire's been around for a year. Maul is trying to figure out his place in all of the new world and new galaxy and everything. We know that they did say that he's going to take on an apprentice, a Twi'lek.
Okay.
Is going to be his apprentice. So kind of teaching her some of the ways of the dark side, or whatever branch of the Force he follows now that he's not a Sith. So that'll be interesting to see how that all works out. I wonder how much more we're going to deal with or get into Maul and Crimson Dawn and all of that. I wonder if that's, wonder if the show's going to tell that story, or if it's going to be just focus on this 1 year after the Clone Wars, and that's somewhere down the line. I don't know at what point after the fall of the Republic and the start of the Empire that he took over Crimson Dawn.
Right. Yeah, there was a big gap, and everybody was shocked when he appeared in Solo.
Yeah.
Nobody was expecting that. So you're right. That's a very good point. Don't know where the series is really going to take it. My guess is as they get toward the later part of the series, they'll probably start focusing more, because they'll have to get that Crimson Dawn stuff in.
You would think, yeah. Yeah, I just wonder, is the first season going to be him and the apprentice, and then we kind of start to put the pieces into place of him becoming involved with Crimson Dawn, or I don't know if that. I hope the series deals with that, because I'd love to see that side explored and really get into the criminal underworld aspect of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think that would be great to see on screen. But
Absolutely. I agree with you on that. Now, in Star Wars Legends, was there a Twi'lek that was a Sith in the past, Darth Talon or something? Or
yeah, Darth Talon is a Twi'lek, yeah.
And she had black tattoos all over her red skin, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so Darth Talon. Yeah, so that'll be the first real dark side Twi'lek that we've seen in canon.
Yes.
Because Darth Talon, I don't think, has been established in canon at all.
No. Yeah, because I remember there was when I was in graduate school, there was a Star Wars comic book. I think took place like 100 years after Return of the Jedi. It was called Legacy or I can't remember what it was. But there was a character, Cade Skywalker, and he was like a mercenary who had the ship called the Minok. And then they were just talking about, the new rise of the Sith or something. It's been a while, but I remember there was a Twi'lek just looks like Darth Talon. So I don't know if that's the same character or not.
I don't know. I don't trust the Google AI summary at all.
I don't believe it.
It's saying that in the Maul Shadow Lord that the Twi'lek he's training is Darth Talon, but I don't see that. Is it?
I don't know. Now you got me.
That's what they're saying. That's what it is. The Twi'lek he's going to train will become Darth Talon, but I don't believe that until I see it.
Oh yeah, I agree. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the tattoos came from Darth Krayt.
Okay, now that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll wait to see if that actually turns out to be Darth Talon or it just happens to be another Twi'lek that.
I gotcha. Here's
Yeah.
the comic book, Star Wars Legacy.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's see what it took place 130 years after the fall of Palpatine. So it follows Cade Skywalker. Let's see who the heck the characters were. It says, here's Legacy. It says, George Lucas featured Darth Talon in his unused treatments for the Star Wars sequel trilogy created for Disney. She was to have been the apprentice of Darth Maul, the two serving as the trilogy's primary two villains. According to Lucas, she was the new Darth Vader, and most of the action was with her. In early versions, she would have corrupted the character who became Kylo Ren, and in later versions, they were combined into the same character. So that's all I really see here. Yeah, they don't have a list of all the characters, which is bizarre. But, oh well. I guess we'll figure it out. I guess we'll just wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the other sneak peek or the other still image that we got was a look at Ezra's new look in Ahsoka season 2. So we get to see Iman Esfandi, the actor that plays Ezra. He's kind of shaved off that homeless guy beard that he had in the first season. Now that he's back in the Star Wars galaxy that we know and love, he's kind of gone for the clean shaven look. He's exchanged the orange jumpsuit and brown vest for a blue jumpsuit. So don't really have a whole lot more news about the story or the direction that the season's going to go. I did see that we're going to get Zeb Aurelios is going to be Zeb's going to be a much more prominent character in season 2 of Ahsoka. I know we got his live action debut just in a brief cameo, right, in The Mandalorian of season 3. There was a very brief cameo at that Rebel bar or whatever.
Yeah.
That, with Dave Filoni's Trapper Wolf talking to Zeb.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really see a whole lot of Zeb, but we did hear Steve Blum's voice. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that we get Steve Blum in the role again, doing the voice. I would love that. That would be great. I mean,
Definitely.
that is his character, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I did see that Admiral Akbar is going to be a prominent part of Ahsoka season 2 as well.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
So you've got like the main, like the mastermind of the Rebel Alliance's military strategy going up against Thrawn. So this should be an interesting showdown, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
I mean, we know that the New Republic, prevails over the Empire. So I guess we're going to find out how it happens.
Exactly. Yeah. So at this point, the Battle of Jakku hasn't happened yet, right? We're still like 5 years in after Return of the Jedi.
So the Battle of Jakku should have already occurred.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the Battle of Jakku, I believe, was 1 year after the events of Return of the Jedi.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me make sure that that's correct. It was the last stance of the Empire. It took place 5 ABY. So 5 years. Okay. So 5 years after the Battle of Yavin. So let's see, there was a year in between. There was a year in between Empire and Return of the Jedi, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Were there 2 years in between between A New Hope and Empire? Is it 2 years or?
I think that one was 3 years, and then 1 year between the other two.
Yeah. Okay. So then I was right. So the Battle of Jakku is 1 year after the destruction of the second Death Star.
Okay.
So what we're seeing in Ahsoka is it's just the Imperial remnant, what's left of the Empire, the ones that didn't get destroyed or didn't die in the Battle of Jakku.
Right. So there's got to be something that still happens, and they leave for the unknown regions, and then become the First Order, right?
Correct. Yeah. And whether Thrawn is part of that, we don't know. Who knows? There's still so much that we don't know about how the Empire, the remnant of the Empire, became the First Order. It's at least not on screen. We haven't seen a whole lot. So yeah, well, we obviously know that Admiral Akbar survives to the new trilogy, to the sequel trilogy. So we know that he's going to prevail somehow against Thrawn or whatever. But it'll be interesting to see those two strategists going up against each other.
Absolutely, yes.
So, all right, what else you got for us on the Star Trek side?
All right, so at San Diego Comic-Con, Star Trek Starfleet Academy had a full trailer that was released that showed a lot about some of the scenes that the Academy on Earth in San Francisco in the 32nd century. We also see that part of the Academy is going to be on a brand new ship, the USS Athena. So that's basically going to be their base of operation, essentially, while they're at the Academy. So this is supposed to be the first Academy class in a century or so. That
I believe so. Yeah.
So it's going to be a whole new group of people, and they're going to go off and revitalize Starfleet again, I guess. Now, obviously, we have a legacy character coming back. Robert Picardo's coming back as the Doctor from Star Trek Voyager. So, and I'm really interested to see how they're going to say how a hologram who doesn't age, why he looks the age he does now. I wonder what they're. I mean, it could be a simple little line like, "I just wanted to look more wise" or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be anything. But it'll be fun to see how they do that. See who else is going to be in there. So Jet Reno, as what the heck's her name?
Jet Reno, Tig Notaro.
Tig Notaro, that's right. So Tig Notaro's coming back. They had a picture of her in her new uniform. By the way, there are several new uniforms, like the cadet uniforms and some of the officer uniforms. So there'll be more cosplaying coming out pretty soon with that. So, and we also know that, what's her name? Holly Hunter plays, I don't know if it's the commandant or she's like the commander of in this group of cadets, but she's got
I saw in the I saw in the trailer that she had some dialogue, and I was like, oh, that's Holly Hunter. I couldn't really see her face, but I knew the voice.
Absolutely, yes. So,
but
now,
I always hear Mrs. Incredible though. When I hear her talk, it's Mrs. Incredible. But
makes sense.
Yeah.
Now we have her character's name, by the way, is Captain Nala Ake, AKE. So. Unless maybe I'm butchering that pronunciation.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, but the Academy cadets, actually, I think this is really cool. They only have one human character that's out of all the cadets. They're all aliens, you'll see here. So the human officer cadet is Caleb Murr, played by Sandra Rosta, and is described as an orphan with a troubled past and an unlikely Starfleet cadet. So that's the first one. Then we have another Klingon regular, so it'll be fun. This character's name is Jaden Cragg, and he's actually going to be specializing in sciences for his major, I guess, if you want to say that. Caleb Muir was undeclared, by the way, the previous one, but Kalen Drag is going to be is having dreams of becoming a medical officer, young Klingon. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a warrior this character tries to be, or if there's some big change that's happened to Klingon culture. And we'll see this character.
Been how many centuries since we've really seen any Klingons, right?
Yes, exactly. And it doesn't look like a Discovery Klingon. It looks like a regular Klingon. So that's a good thing. A lot of fans were happy to see that. And then this character actually, I think this is one of the coolest I think they came up with. They have a character named Sam, and her species is called Casquian, and her focus is operations. So she's the first Casquian to attend the Academy, and she's actually a hologram, but she was only created weeks before her character attends the Academy. So
interesting.
Yes. I think that is a nice little twist. Yes, we've had a holographic character before, but not one that was just created just a matter of weeks ago and is now going into Starfleet, and the people are going to trust her with their lives. So that's a neat spin on it. That's a very neat spin. And she said, the actress who plays her, Carice Brooks, she said, quote, "My character is such a breath of fresh air to play. She brings no baggage. She has no environment that has shaped her," unquote. So that's actually true. Again, she's only been around for 3 weeks. So there is no baggage. So it's going to be weird to see a character with no backstory, except that she just came online. It'd be really neat. But I guess in a way, the Doctor was the same way. The Doctor was activated basically prematurely when Voyager got sucked into the Delta Quadrant, and he had to take on the lead and he grew as a result of that. There was no backstory. He just got activated. So I'm really interested to see how that character is going to go.
Well, we didn't necessarily get any background on Data in the first season, though, did we?
Yeah, well, we did. There was an episode, Data Lore, where they actually went to Omicron Theta and found lore.
Right. Mm-hmm. That was later on, wasn't it? Or is that season 1?
That was mid-season 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, who knows? By the time that we, get through the season, we may have a backstory that they're just trying to keep from,
Exactly. Yeah. Now, her character's name, Sam, is actually an acronym. It stands for Series Acclamation Mill, MIL. I don't know what that means, but that's, I guess we'll find out. That'll be another part of the fun part of her character. Then we have another character whose focus is command. His name is Darum Ramey, and his species is Keonian. So we're getting all these new races. That's nice, something fresh. Darum Ramey is played by George Hawkins, and he's an aspiring captain from the wealthy Keonian homeworld. So maybe kind of a little touch of Ensign Tendi in there a little bit, since she came from royalty on Lower Decks. So he's kind of that character on this show. And then the last cadet, her name is Genesis Life, and she's played by Bella Shepard, and her race is called the Darsha. A Darsha and an admiral. She's an admiral's daughter looking to find her own way in Starfleet. So there's your kind of Tom Paris character. So kind of live up to everybody else's expectation, but walk their own path. So, and let's see here if there's anybody else. Oh, there are a couple other interesting ones. Now, these are kind of like secondary characters. So there's also a character named Tarima Sadal. Her is played by an actress named Zoe Steiner, and she's playing the daughter of Beta Zed's president. So I think she's actually a cadet now that I'm thinking about it. And so, do you remember from Deep Space Nine, the Jem'Hadar?
Yeah.
What gender were they? Do you remember?
No.
They were all males. There were no female Jem'Hadar in existence. So
okay.
We got this picture of an actress named Gina Yashir, and she's playing a character named Commander Laura Thok. She is a recurring character who's half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar, serving as Captain Ake's first officer. So now it makes a little bit more sense. Now, I would have been okay to some degree because Deep Space Nine was in the 24th century. By the 32nd century, since the Jem'Hadar were already genetically created by the founders anyway, they may have introduced female Jem'Hadar. You never know. So that wouldn't have bothered me if they went that route. But it makes sense that the Klingon and a Jem'Hadar might actually, So that'll be a cool character. There's even a picture of her. If you look in the trailer, her uniform has little Klingon symbols put into the stitching. So that's gonna be another fun character. Okay, and then it says the Doctor's returning, Jet Reno's returning, and Admiral Vance will also be from Discovery. They didn't say anything about what's her name, the redhead, Sylvia Tilly.
Oh, Tilly, Mary Wiseman. Yeah.
Yes, Mary Wiseman. Yeah, they didn't say anything about Tilly, so I'm sure she's going to come. But she was mentioned being in it before, but they left her out completely here. So, there it is. Wait a minute. It says no visual or reference to Mary Wiseman, Star Trek Discovery, Lieutenant Sylvia Tilly. All right. Now the other one we have to talk about, and this was really cool, the character that Paul Giamatti is playing. So we knew from things that had been said about the series that he was going to play a villain, and that he was very interested in playing a Klingon. So they showed a picture of him in makeup, and I'm like, wait a second, that looks like a cross between a Klingon and a Tellarite. I said, there's no way they're going to crossbreed that too to make this character. They did. Yep. I was like, you've got to be shitting me. So News Braca, the recurring half Klingon, half Tellarite villain who has, quote, an ominous past, unquote, with one of the Academy cadets. And if you notice, did you know what he did at the end of the trailer?
I remember him speaking at the end, but I don't remember.
He whistled the beginning parts of the Star Trek theme. He was walking down a corridor with some people. So, yeah. So that's all we really know about his villain character right now. So I can't wait to see what that's going to be like. That is a neat. So we have a half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar, and now a half Klingon, half Tellarite. Man, that'd be interesting. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was not happy about them picking the 32nd century to do this. I thought it would be more fun in the 25th century since everybody's clamoring for a show in that era. Yeah. But this actually sounds like it might be a fun show. It might be really good.
I mean, it's an entirely new era of Trek. You know, there's no canon to interfere with.
Mm-hmm.
They're creating the canon. Yeah, this could work. This could do. Yeah, this could be a Trek that everybody can get behind.
Yes.
Because there's no breaking canon. You know, because you're working in an entirely an entirely new century compared to anything we've seen on screen before. So
absolutely. So I think I'm looking forward to it. It does not have a release date yet. All they said was it was going to be sometime in 2026.
Is it done filming or are they still filming?
Yeah, season 1 is done and they're just about ready to start season 2.
Okay. Oh, that's impressive. It's already been greenlit for season 2 before.
Yes.
Huh.
And I think they're filming, or they just finished season 4 of Strange New Worlds. When I went to shore leave, Melissa Navio was one of the guests that was there, and she actually had to leave that early because she had to be on set the next morning.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so kind of wild. Yeah, so they just finished filming, is from what I heard.
Nice. Okay. All right. I think you have one more news story, right?
Yeah, and it's a very brief one. So they made a big deal about showing a very quick clip of this as well. Apparently, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is going to have a Muppet episode. Okay. There was nothing there, just that they were talking and they went behind the captain's chair and came around, and you see him with his big hair, Captain Pike, and he was a Muppet.
Yep.
So I don't know what they're thinking and what they're making this is going to be, but I don't know if I should be happy about it or scared. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it might surprise us. Like with the musical episode, I was not happy about that. I thought they were just going to break out in song and dance like they do in musicals, but they actually tried to make some sort of reason for it happening. So that's what won me over for that episode.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they come up with a Trek reason for.
Yeah. I mean, how do you I don't know. It's going to be really wild to see.
Nebula passing through a nebula.
I don't know, or maybe somebody like Q or something comes along and does it.
Yeah. I mean, are you caught up with Strange New Worlds or not?
No, I've been so busy with work that I just haven't had the chance.
Okay, no worries. I don't want to ruin anything for you, but a certain character you should be familiar with does return in Strange New Worlds.
Roger Corby.
Yes, but there's another one.
Trelane.
Yes.
Yep. I've seen all the spoilers and stuff, and I heard episode 4 was really interesting too.
Yeah, with the holodecks, like the prototype holodeck. Yeah. Yeah, we just watched that one yesterday.
Did you? Okay. What'd you think of it?
I don't know. I know you're going to have thoughts. I know some people don't really like whatever they're doing to Spock. I know it has a lot of people upset.
Like, I heard they're basically saying he's messing around with all the women on the ship.
Yeah.
That's kind of out of character.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I don't know.
If you're interested in listening to like a review about just Star Trek Strange New Worlds in general, Robert Meyer Burnett is a big Star Trek fan. He's been part of a Star Trek fan for 50 years. And he has some concerns about some of the current Star Trek. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. And he does a really good explanation of why he thinks where Strange New Worlds is going wrong in terms of storytelling. It's on YouTube if you're interested in watching it. It's really good. And it's not him being picky and going and being a whiner or a complainer like some of those people on Facebook. It's just he gives a thoughtful discussion.
What was his name again?
Robert Meyer Burnett. He has his channel's called the Burnett Work. You'll see a picture of him on the left, and in the middle is the Captain Pike puppet, and then a puppet of somebody else. I don't know who it is, but
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I know I'm not. Of course, I'm nowhere near as versed in canon as you are. So yeah, I might have to check that out and see what he has to say. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a couple 2 hours or whatever, but it's it's worth your time if you can fit it in between your schedule somewhere.
Yeah, that's going to be something I'll probably have to, break into pieces to watch.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Did you see anything else of note coming out of San Diego Comic-Con?
Not so much San Diego Comic-Con, maybe a little bit, but there was also on like Trek movie, and they're talking about I guess Akiva Goldsman and them have this pitch for another Star Trek prequel that I think they're tentatively thinking of calling Star Trek Year One, which would literally be the first year of Kirk being on board the Enterprise. So now Strange New Worlds is going to be canceled. They have this pitch that they want to give to Paramount for this next thing because they already have the sets. Most of the actors are already cast, and they want to do a story of that, another series.
Huh. So Year One, it would be before he becomes captain. Then
it would take place as soon as he becomes captain and his first year of command of the Enterprise. Now, in actual Star Trek canon, we've only seen the first year of his command was actually where No Man Has Gone Before takes place. Then when you go under the Corbin maneuver, it's actually a year later.
Oh, okay.
In the continuity. So then by the time the third season hits, that's Year 4. And then the animated series is like Year 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Here's what I would say. I don't want any more TOS prequels. No more. Can we please move on to something in the future where they don't have to be bothered by canon? It's getting to the point where I'm starting to think they want to make certain fans go crazy. So there's talk and chatter about it. I really do, because that's what keeps the talk and keeps the show, the stuff going,
Yeah.
Having all that discord. So I don't know. Everybody wants Star Trek Legacy. The Paramount doesn't seem interested for whatever reason. I personally wouldn't want Star Trek Legacy unless Terry Matalas was involved.
Correct.
Yeah. He has a good idea of what to do there. And go even further, go into the 26th century on a new ship, where it's completely uncharted and just have a ball. Why do we keep going back and reminding and rehashing the same characters? And I don't get it.
Right.
So, and actually, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the fans on Trek movie actually don't really want to see this. They want to go forward.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I don't think I'd show any interest in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then how many seasons are you going to have? Like, is it going to be a 1-season deal? And then what?
Exactly. Yeah. Because then you're going to run into the original series, but there are also rumors going around that they want to redo the whole original series.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that last time.
Yeah. So that's kind of up in the air right now too. So, but this is the newest rumor is Year 1. So,
well, let's hope it doesn't come to fruition.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So do you have anything else on Star Wars?
Not really. I saw, I guess really briefly touch on this. George Lucas was at Comic-Con, at San Diego Comic-Con for the first time ever. And he was there doing a panel. He did a panel about the upcoming Lucas Museum of Narrative Art that is opening in Los Angeles here later this year or next year. I can't remember specifically. But during the panel, George was talking about some of the installations that are going to be there, be at the museum. So first of all, he said that the museum is aiming to be a temple to people's art, is what he's calling it. So there's going to be some personal artwork of George Lucas's that's going to make it into the museum that he's donating. But as far as Star Wars stuff, there's going to be some pretty neat things that are going to be in this museum, and it's really got me excited to go. So there's going to be the Luke's land speeder from A New Hope on Tatooine. The land speeder that he rode is going to be at the museum.
Wow, the actual one, like the prop.
The one, yeah, nice. The one, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you remember General Grievous's wheel bike that he rode in Episode 3 on Utapau? That's going to be there.
That's cool.
And all, yeah, right. And the coolest, I think, is Anakin's N1 Naboo starfighter.
Oh, wow, that'll be a lot of fun to see.
Right. Oh, and the speeder bikes from Return of the Jedi are going to be there too.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. There's even going to be some Marvel stuff, art and comics. So like there's the original 1968 drawing of Iron Man's first cover, and the original drawings of Black Panther from 1968 will be there on display. The very first character drawing of Flash Gordon, and we know that George Lucas was very much inspired by Flash Gordon when he was creating Star Wars. So that makes sense why it's there. Original sketches from the Peanuts comics from the 50s and 60s. There's going to be Norman Rockwell art, which I mean you can't have the people's art or American art without Norman Rockwell paintings.
Exactly, that's right.
Jack Kirby, who just passed away not long ago, and then there's going to be some Frida Kahlo artwork as well.
That's going to be a really great place to go. So where's this going to be at?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Okay. All right. So it'll be a trip for some of us, but it might be worth it.
Yeah, it's okay. It debuts in 2026. It's going to be a 300,000 square foot building, expansive galleries, 2 state-of-the-art theaters, and over 150,000 original pieces.
Nice. That's good.
It's going to take like 2 days to get to the museum proper.
Oh, that's nice. At least it's not like a 15-minute tour and you're like, oh, okay. Now what do we do? So good.
Right. So yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, we've been out to LA a couple times, so I'm no stranger to that area. So I'm definitely going to make a plan to go there next year. Well, maybe not next year, but at some point in the near future, I'd love to get there within, like the next 2 or 3 years.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds exciting. Definitely. Cool.
All right. Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. Any final thoughts?
Not really. I'm glad we have some Star Trek news, and definitely the gift on Star Trek Day with Star Trek Con coming out. That's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. Really, that's really about it. On my end, the Stella Parada is going to be going on a special trip to Columbus on Saturday, August 23rd. I guess there's some sort of exhibition there that's free of charge, and it's got about 150 different props and costumes from the Star Trek universe.
Nice.
So my crew and we're all going. We're meeting with 2 other ships out there in Region 1. So that's the USS Renegade and USS Ranger. So a multi-ship event. And
that's cool.
Go across the state and check that out. So that's the next thing.
Yeah, Columbus isn't too far.
No, it's 3 hours and 5 minutes from here. So not too bad. Okay. And they go to a free event. You know? So
I think we can be in Columbus in a little over 2 hours, so we're a little closer than you, but not much.
Right, not much, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun, something different. I just can't believe there's no charge to do it. That's the weird part. It's free,
right?
So,
yeah. Well, take lots of pictures, and we'll talk about it next time.
Absolutely.
All right. So I think that's going to wrap us up for episode 43. What do you think?
I think that's great. I think we had a lot of good stuff to talk about.
I think so as well. So until next month, when we bring you another topic for episode 44, this has been Captain's Logs and Lightsabers. May the Force be with you.
And live long and prosper.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.